All right, guys, we're still on this Fairlane. Thought we'd be through by now. I'm just kidding. So I can't remember where we left off. Oh, oil pan and motor mounts, engine wouldn't fit, and headers was hitting. So take a look at the motor here. Went to a front sump oil pan that I got from my buddy Dylan McNeil, not Dylan, the skinny Dylan y'all see, Stang Racing Dylan. Got that from him. We tried these motor mounts. They work, but I got another set over here on the table that I got from my buddy Dylan McNeil. We're gonna swap them on. They're used, but they're heavy duty. They're Fox body mounts. They are Fox body convertible mounts and SN94, SN95 mounts. They set the highest, and we test fitted it last night. It fits. I thought I was going to have to run some different headers, but after swapping the motor mounts, I've got to grind like 1/4 of an inch off of one area. The headers are going to fit perfect. So I even went and got a spare set of headers from my buddy Randy, and thought I was going to have to use them, but after setting it in last night, with these motor mounts, that oil pan, everything's going to fit like a glove. So right now, I'm just double checking everything. Chase had welded a bracket to the frame up in here when he was engineering the steering for the rack and pinion steering. So I cut that bracket off, dressed all that up, going over, double checking, making sure everything's up to snuff. And what else am I doing under here? I showed them we got the full pan fixed, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so this is the plan. Gonna finish going over everything, making sure everything's ground smooth, welded, whatever needs to happen, and push it out, pressure wash it really good, touch up the black paint, roll her back in, and we're stabbing motor and transmission today. Woo-hoo! So fingers crossed, Lord willing, no more issues, no more problems, ain't nothing major. I was just trying to use as much Fox body stuff that I could. And Chase says, Wesley, I told you that you couldn't use a Fox body pan. Well, if he did, I forgot, because I smooth put that pan on there. And it was hitting the rack and pinion. So the front sump clears great. What else are we using? So basically everything we're using is from a Fox body minus the oil pan. So I went and got an oil pan from my buddy Shawn off a 68 year model 302 out of a Mustang and the pickup tube. And then my buddy Dylan said he had a brand new oil pan. So I ended up using Shawn's pickup tube and Dylan's oil pan. But anyway, we got her together, and I put a one-piece oil pan gasket on there too. So I like all that way better.
Did it do better?
Yes.
Okay.
It seals off good. It looks nicer. It's just a cleaner fit. The bolt holes have the metal inserts to keep you from over torquing or tightening and pushing the gasket out to the side. So yeah, all that done way better. So anyway, let me get up in here and finish doing a little massaging on all this, tidying all this up, and let's push it out, pressure wash it, baby doll, and get some paint on it where it can be drying. And during that process, we can go ahead and put your headers back on, tighten them down really, really good. Oh, one other thing. So I get to keep my dipstick.
I don't have to buy him another one yet.
Yeah, because it goes in here. Well, guess what? This dipstick won't work in the front sump pan because the sump's up front.
Oh yeah.
Self-explanatory there. I'm looking for something right here. Come right here. I did not want to tear the front of this motor back down. This is an old school timing chain cover, and y'all can see the dipstick is right here in the front because it has the provision made into it for the manual fuel pump. We're going fuel injection. This is a Fox body timing chain cover, so we could have put one of these and put a block off plate, but at the time I wasn't thinking about this dipstick hole. So me and Billy marked and measured and drilled that while the old pan was off. The Fox body.
No.
Yeah.
Bad.
No.
Okay.
We done it.
Oh, see what you shaded it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we got it drilled last night. So there's our marker where we had marked center. But anyway, so this is drilled. That boss is already in that newer model timing chain cover. So if y'all ever have to do this because you're wanting to run this particular cover, you can. There's enough meat. Actually, there was more meat in this timing chain cover than this one in order to drill that hole. So it worked out perfect. I got to order you a dipstick. It'll come up here. It'll bolt right here on this head somewhere, and you'll be set. So everything's falling into place.
Yay!
So it's about time.
I know.
Look at all my motor mounts, y'all. I have been doing some test fitting and some measuring while y'all, yeah, y'all hadn't seen all that. So, but I didn't want to bore y'all with all that because y'all like us. Y'all ready to see this thing in the car, ready to see the transmission in it and start plumbing and running. But anyway, let's get back on this baby doll. I got a little bit to do, and let's get her outside and get her cleaned up. There will be fine. You know, roll that window up, baby doll. Make sure I got all them lines taped up. Should be good to go. I don't know why Chase didn't do this for me. Ain't that what he said about the frame on the truck? It's like, Wesley, why didn't you have that thing already cleaned up for me?
Yeah, I told him, I said, I never thought we'd be farther along with our build than you are. He's like, well, I did half of y'all's for you. I said, well, I guess that's true.
I had to go back and redo everything. Knucklehead. If he would have brought the 302 swap parts that he had, then yeah, we'd done been through.
So it's all Chase's fault, is that what we're saying?
Well, it's not, but it sounds better.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay. It's more my fault because I'm too OCD.
Watch coconut.
So I've hit this thing 9 times, y'all. I am dizzy. Update y'all. Everything's pressure washed, everything's painted. And everything's ground and fit and finished as far as header fitment motor mounts. Hopefully this is the last time this motor goes in here. But anyway, Tommy's here, Whitney's here, we got some help. We're gonna ease her down in here, get her center and leveled and tighten her down, and maybe we can get a transmission and a cross member in tonight too.
We'll go slow, we're gonna try not to scratch nothing up.
Alright, coming down.
Alright,
We'll have to come forward in a minute, but we gotta get down a little bit.
yeah. I gotta get past this wiper.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna see. Get past that arm, then we bring the car up.
Alright, you good?
No.
I'm
Hang on.
stopping.
And you pull it out.
I ain't moving.
Alright.
Push
Yeah.
the,
Yeah, it's gonna
pull the car.
What's the back?
I got the motor if you want to just pull the car.
Alright, I'm gonna let you have the motor.
Yeah, let me have one.
Alright, you tell me where you want to go.
Come on. All right, Whitney, ease down.
Now watch that mirror over there.
Hey, don't let that arm hit that.
Yeah, I'm watching.
It gets very, very close.
I like the way I just sit down on the job.
Mm-hmm.
See, it be like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, hold on.
Alright, hang what you got.
We passed it on this side. Can't go no lower.
Now,
I gotta come forward.
does he need to bump up or come forward?
Hold on, let me look. Nope, yep. Bump it up. One, nope, don't bump it.
You
Push down on your side, Wes. I don't want to scratch. Bump it up. I don't want to scratch it up. Oh, whoa. That's good.
Pull the latch, baby doll. Whitney can pull his, you gotta pull yours.
Ease it down a little bit. Just a little bit. Come on. Alright, right there.
Now let's ease the car back a little bit and just take the motor with it. Okay, ease down with it. Hold up. Push the car back. Alright, ease down with it.
Oh yeah, she's sitting in there nice. We might have to rotate a little bit.
Come down just a little bit, bud. Whoa.
She's in there. Even look straight too.
Alright.
We gotta go, I don't know, it's pretty close. Maybe that way just a little bit clockwise. Not much.
Let me get right here and look.
It's close. Real close.
That's money going by this and the plate on the carburetor. Last night it was twisted and Opie had to pull up on that side. How's this header look? Oh, that worked out perfect.
Look at this.
I notched all that. That looks really good. See where I notched this right here? Oh yeah.
It'd be sweet if a Mustang H-pipe was bolt on there.
I don't see why it wouldn't, because we got all the room in the world. I want to set that valve cover on there for a second because it kind of helps look at it. All right, if y'all stand right here, tell me if I'm wrong. Does it like the motor needs to do this, just a touch?
Just a hair. What I think.
Y'all look, tell me if I'm wrong.
No, it needs to go clockwise.
Yeah,
just a
it
little
needs to
bit.
go clockwise.
Just a hair. I mean, it ain't much. You can look, even these motor maps are kind of showing it to you too.
About 20
Just-
degrees.
Yeah, it ain't much. Cause you know this is factory. And I mean, I ain't saying they in there square now, but it looks like it needs to go that way, and they're showing it needs to go that way. So I think it needs to go that way. Just a hair. It ain't much. Just a little bit. You wanna try to pick up on it? Oh, hold on. You move it. Let me.
As far as it'll go. That motor mount slid to the back on this side.
All right.
Now I can pull this side around to the front if I need to.
Where it needs to be. Pretty close. Yeah. If anything, it might have to go back a little bit. Just a touch. Looks good though.
Okay, come look now at the cross member. Come stay and look down at the cross member. It needs to come back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah, it needs to come back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not much, huh?
I'm gonna pull it.
I just did. Check it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already removed. It looks good down through there.
Whitney, that looks pretty doggone good,
I mean,
my
I
friend.
don't see why it won't work.
I'll say let's lock it down right there. Let me check the levelness right here.
Well, that looks good how you fixed all that. In the front.
Thank you. It's the only thing I had to work with to build all that with.
Looks like it'll work.
All right. I'm gonna put some motor mount bolts on it. We're gonna lock her down right there.
Final end.
And I think just keep it from ever moving. Once I get everything tight, I'm going to put me a tack wheel on the washer, the big washer on the back. That way it can't move unless it breaks that washer loose. Make sense?
I'm talking about on the bottom of the.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
We're fixing to put some new seals in this transmission and we're going to get her in. What's tomorrow?
Your birthday?
Wesley's birthday, everybody.
Do I get a day off on my birthday or I got to keep working?
Yep, you took a day off here on too.
I can?
Uh-huh.
Just another day in paradise.
Are you going to be in a good mood if I do?
I am.
I really take that on there, didn't I? Plus, I got a really dull knife.
Seal on this end look like it's brand new. Alright, you got fluid in it?
No.
forge stand on the side. That's pretty cool.
I was trying to keep as much water as I could out of it while I pressure washed it.
Right.
Alrighty.
Dear Lord, let this transmission work outside.
Hang on, wait a minute.
Oh.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, it's not gonna run now.
No, it's good. I smell it. Let me see.
I don't know what to think about having a car that's an automatic. I ain't had one of them in years.
Second gear's got a little wear in the clutches, but
Stop
everything
it.
else is good.
Shut
I
up.
swear, I'm telling you.
Stop
it's
it.
good. It's good. See that? Cody?
It's got fluid in it.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
And it's clean.
Right.
I don't know, it smells burnt.
What?
Not just.
I mean, it's the one in there's brand new. You do realize that, right?
But I'm not taking no chances at
I'm
this
just
point.
telling you that seal's brand new. Look at it. It's
Have you met
never
Wesley before?
been
This is not your
run.
first time.
Ever. It's never been run.
Yeah,
It's never-
It's
There's
not.
no way.
I pressure washed it.
You pressure washed in there?
Yes.
Come on now.
Plus it's hard.
Brand new.
Take it home, save it for your transmission.
I swear to God, it's brand new. No, it's just right now.
You haven't been there anymore. What do you think?
No, I already know. I'm just telling you. I mean, I know it.
I mean, yeah.
This one's 2.2 watts. Well, it was. No, I don't know about that one. Maybe that one's not so much.
What in the world? I thought you throw that away.
Exactly. I told you the other one was brand new and you wouldn't listen to me. Oh, it's used. No, it wasn't. It was brand new. Tried to tell you that. But hey, that one's new. There's a difference.
Newer.
Yeah. What you want? A socket, little hammer? What you
No,
got?
I'm just checking my fitment before I
Okay.
clean that. Will you bring us our light there behind the car? Nope, there's one right behind Jennifer, bud. I mean, this thing looks really good.
It's in good shape. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Let me find me a little bit of pearl and my favorite little hammer.
Why are you over there looking around at stuff?
He's shopping.
No! If you
shopping.
see a power steering bracket set for a small block Chevrolet over there somewhere, I need it bad. I dug around over there for 30 minutes and I ain't found one yet. It won't matter. Because I got that cog pulley on my truck and I can take the shim off and change it. I can make it work either way. You ain't got one, dude.
Got about 20 small ones.
Who does? Will he let me buy one too?
Sure.
Well, I need to get a hold of him. Now I get a hold of him. Huh? Where's he at? Who'd you say?
Are we going to have to modify the tunnel?
I think it's gonna work.
I hope so. Come on. Come on, let's see this one. We'll have to come back a little more, I thought.
I agree with you.
Come on back a little bit.
Can I come to y'all a little
Yeah,
bit?
Come on this way, son. Now tilt it back a little more like he's saying. Right in there somewhere. Ease on it. Right, so, transmission, come up a little bit. Alright, converter bolts are starting.
We need to rotate counterclockwise. I need to come down.
Come
to
down,
get my
lead
shut
off.
hole. You need to go up or you good?
No, I can't see. I need to come, mine needs to come down instead. No, my dial started right there.
Alright, so I gotta come, this side of the transmission needs to come down just a little bit, not more.
Ain't no way.
It's got to
The transmission bolt, I mean, your starter bolts are lower than your bolt right there.
push your phone. Oh, why am I looking at the wrong head?
My dial wasn't working, man. It's close, huh?
Alright, well come forward a little bit.
Mine started. Converter just went
Okay,
in.
that's it right there.
All right, let's get some dial bolts.
Tommy's your dial pin trying to go in?
It's trying to, but it is not in there.
All right, I got a bolt started. My dial going in.
Is that starting to?
Yes. I think it is. Feels like it is. Yep. No. Now, the dial went in. We good right there. Got the bolt started.
We're whooped. We're tired. I am.
But look how pretty.
Yeah, it's in here.
Transmission's in there.
Transmission's in. We got to raise the cross member up tomorrow, so I got to modify it. The motor's kind of tilted right now because we just got it resting on something. But once I fix it and bring it up, it'll be fine.
It looks great.
I mean, the header, this all works.
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm so glad the headers worked.
The motor mounts work.
Oil pan worked. Oil filter's gonna come off with no problem. We got plenty of room between the alternator and the fans. Radiator and fans. And probably gonna have to change this water neck to one that turns straight up.
Like a 90 on it, yep.
Once we get the accessories mounted. And so tomorrow, if you'll let me come down here and work for a little while, I'll probably finish the cross member, and then rest of the time I will.
Birthday celebrations!
Well, you only turn 40 once.
That's my cue.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
scared.
I'm coming in hot. Here we go. I got it. I got this.
Let me fill y'all in on what Tommy's talking about.
No.
So,
I cut it out of the last video, so no.
Huh?
I cut it out.
no, I want them to know.
Okay.
So, my buddy Tommy right here, that I have known since we were teenagers.
He's our colorful friend.
Yeah. My birthday and Jennifer's birthday are 7 days apart. So hers was last Sunday, mine's tomorrow. We were down here working last Sunday on Jennifer's car, and a man come by that I had never met in my life. He got my number from a mutual friend and wanted to come by and talk to me about a Galaxy that he's working on. So he had been here for a whopping 10 minutes.
If that, yes.
And this car was up in the air. I was up underneath it. I was running around doing 900 things at one time. This man's talking to me, telling me about his car. Then all of a sudden, this white F-250 comes rolling in. Music blaring.
Pour some sugar on me at that.
Pour
which was my
some
favorite song
sugar
when I was
on
growing
me.
up. Yeah.
And Tommy jumps out, and all he's wearing is a leather motorcycle vest, a black cowboy hat, black cowboy boots, and a thong. Holding a birthday cake in one hand, and he dances from the truck all the way up in here.
Yep.
And then he...
I'm assuming your company left after.
Yeah.
No. This is the best part. So he's all over Jennifer, like he's a pole dancer, holding that cake and that music blaring. And the guy's standing there, and his eyes are about this big around. He's like, and I'm like, dude, I don't know where this even come from. I am so sorry.
I was having me a good time.
So
it was great.
I put
It
my
was
hand on the fella's shoulder, and I said, Tommy, I said, this is our pastor. He just moved in next door. Tommy's like, what?
It's too late to stop now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
once you can't stop
are you
now.
kidding me? So tomorrow, Tommy's got to do the same thing for me,
Yeah.
or I'll feel left out.
Oh, no,
Don't
I got
worry,
it.
he'd love to.
Oh, I got it. It doesn't bother me a bit. I've already planned the day out.
He'll even go buy a new thong just for you.
Yeah. No, I don't have to buy it. I got plenty.
Oh,
gosh.
God, ew.
Wow. So anyway, guys,
Get off of me.
maybe tomorrow we'll get the cross member built and get it bolted in place, everything tidied up, and then we'll start moving on to condenser and radiator and button this thing up. So I'm ready to hear it fire off.
Me too.
Newbern's coming next weekend, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to help me with the fuel injection because he just installed one on the C10 that we gave him. So he kind of knows a little bit more about it than I do. He's more experienced with it. So I told him, come on, I'd use all his help that he was willing to give. So anyway, that's the plan, guys. I want to give a special thanks out to Whitney and Tommy for coming out and helping us. And
Valerie too, she helps.
Yep. Valerie is our mental support. When I start getting mad and throwing wrenches, she just smiles and tells me to calm down. It's all gonna be okay. Also, a big thanks to Opie and Cody. They come out and help too. So I was supposed to get on their motor and help them, but I run out of time. Sorry, guys. But anyway, we're getting there. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, guys. Today's Monday, Labor Day. We didn't do a whole lot yesterday down here. Cause yesterday was my birthday.
We let him have the day off.
Yeah. So, give y'all an update. The other night when we left, the motor is in, the motor mounts fit good. The headers fit really good. I had to clearance that just a little bit more. But the motor mounts changed the height of the engine. It's square. Now, the transmission has got to come up in order to tilt the motor forward just a little bit, probably about 1.5 inches. So, Chase had built a drive shaft for the, was he running a 4R70W behind that Cody? I can't remember. But anyway, I believe so. And his cross member would work, but I'd have to cut and modify the mount. Instead,
You said he built a drive shaft. Did you mean cross member?
huh?
You said he built the drive shaft.
I did?
Yep.
Okay. He built a cross member for his transmission when he put the Cody and the transmission in his car. So, I could use his cross member if I wanted to cut and modify it, but I want to run Fox body exhaust on this car because these are Fox body headers, and I've already held an X pipe up to them and they'll bolt right up. So, let me get the car up and show y'all what I'm going to try to do. So, this is the cross member that Chase built, and I had to waller these holes out to set this mount. I had it bolted to the transmission to set it down on there where it would fit, because if it worked, I was going to cut this off and redo this. But anyway, it's not going to work. So I'm going to take a Fox body cross member. I got one laying right here. And I'm going to bolt it to the transmission, and I'm going to build a mount from the frame to here and from the frame to over here to mount this in place. The reason being, it has the double hump for the exhaust. Well, I want to run this X pipe. Well, this kind of goes like right in here on the car. So if y'all see how that exhaust tucks up right there, that's the reason I want to run this, where I can run this X pipe, and I can run the flow tubes and the mufflers off of a Fox body, because I already have that stuff. And that should put the mufflers somewhere right in here where they go. I might have to extend the flow tube, which runs from the X pipe to here some, but it'll help keep the cost down. It'll make stuff easier on me, go a little faster, hopefully. But the other night, we were tired, y'all. We were give out. We stuck this piece of thick rubber between the transmission and cross member, just eased it down and left it at that. Now, come over here and let me show them this detent cable back. Let me set this down. This is the detent cable on this AOD. And you can see how close it is to the tunnel. So I'm probably going to lower this engine down some. I might even have to pull the transmission back out, because I need to massage this to give this thing enough room where it's operating free. If I jack it up to where it needs to be, it's got this detent cable in a bind. See, it's not touching now, but by the time I go up that 1.5 inches to get it where it needs to be, it's going to be touching. So we're going to massage this. I hope I don't have to cut it out. I hope I can lay me a piece of steel in there and tap it with a hammer and kind of contour that tunnel to go around that. So maybe that'll go easier than what I'm hoping for. But I want to get the exhaust built, get the cross member in place, and at least get the X pipe underneath here. That way I will know how to build your shift linkage.
Okay.
So, because it's going to have to work around that exhaust. But the motor mounts look really good sitting right there. There's plenty of clearance. See how much clearance we got up there between that and the header?
Oh yeah, that's much better than it
Much
was.
better. This side over here, you can look. We got tons of room,
yeah.
so that looks really good. The front sump oil pan, you can come look right here. So it worked out perfect. I can almost stick my whole hand up in there. So it's all coming together. I like it. But that's the plan. Let's try to get us a cross member built. If my transmission jack's gonna work. It was acting funky the other night. And let's see if we can't get that massaged out right there. So, yeah, let's just dive in and see what we can't come up with.
All right.
Little body modifications here. Trying to create me a little pocket right here with that detent cable. On the transmission, which is this area right here, where all this is clear. This part was fine. It was all this, it was pushing on that bracket. So this needs to work freely because this adjusts the pressure in the transmission, which also controls the shift points.
Okay.
So, trying to make a little pocket part to set in here, and we'll smooth it all down while I brush it and shoot a little paint on it. But I want it to look decent, where it don't like I just butchered it with an axe. The car is pretty strong, you know.
I hope so. Plus it's hard. I feel sorry for it. I'm like, oh, that looks violent.
Violent. Alright, let me do a little bit more massaging on this, get some paint on it. And
The other side, okay?
yeah, it didn't have no issues. Oh,
Yeah, you did something there.
I gotta finish cleaning this up, but I measured. So these 3 bolt holes, I'm pretty sure held the factory cross member in. Because I measured from the cross member to here on both sides and they're equal. And Chase had put some inserts right here to bolt his cross member too. So I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna weld me a piece of plate right here. And I'm gonna weld my bracket that I'm gonna make to it. Has come 10 inches out on each side. So I want to weld all this up first, weld these holes up, slick it off, plate it, and come out here. So if we ever have to do a different style transmission, I'll just have to cut it off. But I don't think we will be doing that anytime soon, hopefully.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully that little transmission is good.
Me too.
So, but anyway, let's get back on this and get this thing test fitted.
Alright.
Had to change the seal in the transmission, y'all. Because I put the other one in and put a dent in it. It made me nervous. My buddy Whitney was here when I done it, and we were like, yeah, that's probably gonna leak. There you are. Went home. Oh yeah.
All
Yeah. So, fresh seal for the second time. I'm pretty sure I got enough room right here now, guys. Hope so anyway. That's dry. I'm just glad that the transmission jack's working today.
good. Yeah, me too.
It wouldn't come down the other night with me, Whitney, and Tommy. And it just so happened the lift went up high enough to get it out from under it. Alright. pretty close there. Oh yeah, just need to come down just a further. Alright, there's 2 bolts to start. Well, I'm fixing to start that welding on that frame, guys, and I wanted to show y'all what come in the mail today from Amazon. Amazon even runs on Labor Day.
Yeah.
Arccaptain was so kind to send me some new gloves. Check those out.
You needed some, so.
Oh, wow, yes. Ooh, I'm feeling nice. Oh, wow. In our boxing match.
Those would have been good to hold Peter with.
Yeah.
That big ferret we had.
And as most of y'all know, I get the good out of everything I own. If I use it, I'm going to use it until there's nothing left of it. If somebody gives me something, I'm going to fix theirs and use it until there's nothing left of it. With that being said, I've been needing one of these right here for a long, long time.
Fancy.
That thing is just nice.
It's even pretty.
I know. And even come with that little case.
Yeah.
That'd be a job for you trying to get all that clear stuff off the
Okay.
screen there.
I'll start working on that.
So I tried it on in the house before I come down the shop, and I'm here to tell y'all, this thing, oh gosh. Oh. I mean, I feel like Iron
You're
Man.
so ridiculous.
I feel like Iron Man right now.
You look.
I mean, the way that thing clamps back there, it's so soft, and it's like, I am Iron Man. And I can see everything. Look how big that screen is. And it stays. So I get ready to.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, very, very excited.
Fancy,
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah. Something's in the bottom of here. What's in the bottom? No way.
Stickers?
An extra screen, a lens. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
I put that somewhere safe.
And a battery.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Look at the battery.
Batteries?
I wonder if it's got a battery in it. We'll have to, might be a spare one. Oh, the battery goes right there.
That's for all your special ones, right?
So it's got weld, cut, grind, delay, fast, medium, and slow. So yeah, it's so simple that I can use it. It ain't high tech. I ain't got to calibrate it, hook it to a laptop, and download nothing to it. It was supposed to be a funny. My wife missed that.
I was looking at your cut on your hand right here. What happened?
I didn't even know it was there.
He wounds himself so easily and don't remember it.
I'm getting that old man skin.
Uh-huh.
So, they sent me a nice helmet. They sent me a nice pair of gloves. And they have sent us another machine, y'all. Hang on, something's in my eye. What is this?
She said it was a portable welder, whatever that means. That's above my pay grades, I don't know.
It's itty bitty.
Yeah. Inverter.
So the inverter, does that mean it'll like run off your pickup truck?
Heck, I don't know.
Like a lot of new trucks
It says it's portable. That's all I know.
have built-in inverters. Oh, it's a little bitty thing. Look at that cute little cleaning brush. It's got a little bag.
Okay.
So it's wire into the ground.
What is that?
Thank you, Arccaptain. They sent me some wire.
Yeah.
What size they send us? 035, my size.
All right.
They're paying attention. Got a spare tip.
Shoulder strap for your bag, I bet.
Yep.
Maybe.
That way you can just tote it around like a lunchbox and just weld up the broken hand railing at the ball game.
Oh, it's cute. Look.
You're gonna want to put this in your
I
office.
do. Look how cute it is.
What in the world?
Oh, it's precious.
Owner's manual with some stickers.
Sticker.
We like stickers. And that's it.
Okay.
So, flux cord, lift, TIG, and stick. Really, that little man will do all of that?
He is precious.
That's just handy as a watch pocket. You know what that would be perfect for?
You're gonna tell me though, aren't you?
A drag and drive event.
Oh yeah, did you break something?
So if you had all your tools and you had that with you, that would be so handy.
Well good, we'll take it to the coast with us.
No, that means I'll have to work on people's stuff.
Don't tell them you have it until our stuff breaks down.
They'll see our video. So anyway, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on it today, guys, because I need to weld up this. But it all come in the mail today. I wanted y'all to see it. I hadn't even opened that, so that's very cool. Arccaptain, thank you. We will do a test video on it real soon. Get everything hooked up, dialed in, and see how it does. I like that. It's compact and makes me want to build a service truck now. No, but eventually one day I hope that we'll wind up with a ramp truck.
Yeah.
And that would be neat to keep in the ramp truck and in like a front
So
toolbox.
what powers it?
It's an inverter, so I'm assuming you plug it into an inverter on your truck.
Oh, okay.
Now, I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, it'll plug into the wall over there, but maybe it don't take a whole lot of, let's see. I could be telling everybody wrong. I don't know. I've got to read up on this. But in the meantime, let's take our other Arccaptain welder over there and let's go try out this new hood. And,
I'm so proud of your hood. That's awesome. You
let's
needed
go.
that so bad.
Yes, thank you, Arccaptain. Let's go weld these holes up in this frame.
Okay.
I know I don't have all my new gloves, but these still got some life in them, and I like to get down till there's nothing left. See that finger?
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
So when these are completely shot, I will go to my new ones.
Those look pretty shot.
How's my helmet look?
Sexy.
I am Iron Man. You know I'm gonna do that every time I flip it down. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna come right here and I'm gonna weld some plate along here. But first I want to weld up all these holes. Somebody cut this big hole on both sides of the frame. I took a big bolt, cut the head off of it, measured it, shoved it through. I got it barely poking through on this side, barely poking through on this side. And I'm gonna weld this up, grind it, slick it down. I don't know why they blew those big holes in the frame like that for. These 3 holes is the factory crossmember mounts, I'm pretty sure. But I want to slick this up after I weld it, throw me a little paint on it, measure my plate, grind it, weld my plate, and then I'm going to build off my plate to this mount right here. So let me get these welded up and get them ground down, and we'll get our plates fitted.
Okay.
This shield is so nice.
I'm glad.
Well, got these holes welded up, ground down and slicked on both sides of the frame. I hit it with some black. I'm just gonna lay my plate up here and draw me a chalk line, and that's where I'll grind the paint back off, just where I'm gonna weld. Done the same on both sides. Got the cross member installed. I just centered it up because it slides front and rear. And this thing is stamped top right on this corner right here. So that should be sitting in the driver's seat top right. That way the H pipe or the X pipe will come through and the exhaust will be right here. The reason I'm putting the plate here is because, I mean, this frame is pretty thick, but this is going to come out about 10 inches. And then I'm going to bolt this to it. So I'd rather weld a piece of plate here to give it some extra meat and some extra strength on this frame. I don't want to weld something right here and it break out of the frame. So, I mean, on the Fox body, it's just a unibody stamped steel with a tab that bolts them in. So what I'm fixing to do is going to be overkill. But this old AOD is heavy. It's probably got 100 pounds on a TO5, a T5. So that's where I'm at right now. Just let our paint tack up. Let me lay my plate. This is my plate right here. So I got them cut out. They're going to go right here and weld in place.
Okay.
And then I'll build off of them coming this way, because whatever I put is going to have to be cut on an angle and welded in, because this frame is starting to turn back toward the outside of the car right there.
Okay.
And that way, if we ever have to take it out, we'll just take them 2 bolts out, them 2 right there also, drop the cross member, pull the transmission.
Okay.
I like it. And with it having these humps, the exhaust is going to tuck up a little tighter. All right, let's let that paint dry for a minute and let me draw some chalk line and get them things tacked in place.
Okay.
Cut these pieces of angle iron right here. And Dylan, I need my plasma cutter back, or I need to go buy a metal cutting bandsaw. It's aggravating. Cut it with a torch and have to dress it with a grinder every move you make. So I got these big washers right here. I cut the hole out with that nut to fit in there, because I'm going to weld that nut all the way around. Alright. So now, this is going to go through the transmission mount. Like that. This is going to go to the back like this. And this nut on here, keep everything centered like that. See how that fits?
Looks good.
Got just a little bit of movement, which it ain't gonna move. But if you make it too tight and you have to pull this cross member, it's gonna be a booger to get back in. So I got about an 1/8 inch gap. There'll be plenty of room. Now, what I'm gonna do is weld these washers all the way around the top, down the bottom, on the inside and the outside. The nuts will be welded to the washers. The bolt will ride on those big heavy duty nuts. All this is overkill to hold this transmission up. So, this is some pretty thick wall tubing that Chase had built a cross member out of. But he's already got the right angle right here.
Right.
So what I'll do is come in here. I got to cut just a little bit off, but I want to get these made. I'll slide this piece in between my angle iron and my plate. My plate's just tacked in place. And weld this solid to here and solid to the angle iron. And that will be your cross member.
Okay.
I went ahead and made me a pass around Chase's weld, just a reassurance. It probably wouldn't have broke, but I went ahead and put a big fat one all the way around it on both ends there. Got them set in place. I'm making sure that the cross member is level here, looking really good. So I'm going to tack all this in place, back off and think about it for 5 minutes, then finish welding it. Oh my.
It's up there on its own free will now.
Yeah.
Yay!
Transmission cross member a success. I'm ready for a shower and something to eat and a bed. But you know what? What's my famous saying? If God wants this, wait, if this comes loose, because God wants it to. That looks good, right?
Well, of course, it's Wesley 5.
Oh my God. That'll work. And I put the weld to it everywhere I could, even though it didn't need that much. But I was so excited for my new helmet, I just couldn't quit.
I'm so glad you needed one. Yours was horrible.
If the motor's bolted in, the transmission's bolted in, I'll change them bolts tomorrow. I'll try to get some exhaust hung and other odd and end things. And hopefully Newbern will be here this weekend and we can plumb this thing for that fuel injection and knock it out and test fire. That's what I'm hoping for.
Me too.
So,
Then we gotta work out the drive shaft fitting.
let's test it right now.
Then say, don't do that. You look panicky.
Let's test it right now.
Because that may take a minute or so.
No, let's test it right now.
Okay.
Hoping this is the same spline.
Oh, I hope it is.
Well, I mean, I hope it splines up, but I hope it's the right length. 4R70W AOD. Maybe I wouldn't hold my mouth now.
Help me out.
Hold that in right there.
That's way too long.
Oh my God.
Wait, I'm rubbing it. Okay. Unless it goes in a foot.
It started.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay. You got it?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Dry shaft is not fit. I will do some research and see if the yoke is different, because it don't want to go in but about an inch and a half. And it feels like it's hitting something solid. All right, guys. Sorry we're not further along, but I promise we're trying. Maybe in the next one we'll be getting real close to a fire up. Y'all have a great week and be safe, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.